All right, welcome back. My name is Michael Smith, and today we're going to go over a Chrome extension that's going to help you with your patent searches. It's called Patent Search Generator. And if you're not familiar with Chrome extensions, head over to Chrome Store. So you can just type in Chrome Store in your search box here and then go to Chrome Web Store. And here, these are all extensions or tools that are available if you have the Chrome browser, which I do. I would recommend it. Okay, so you would look up Patent Search Generator, and this purple P, blue P will show up. And here is if you want to go through the information, this is all here. You'll click on Download, and it will show up here in your extension area as this little purple P. So it works directly in Google Patents. So if you were to open it up on a Google Patents page, I'll simply go over the tabs here. So we have 4 tabs. 2 of them perform searches for you. You have the Search tab and the Concepts tab. So basically, Google Patents is able to bring in Boolean searches and also just user readable information, right? And it let's see here, we can do an emergency pet inflation device. Let's try that one. Right, and so it sorts by relevance according to the terms that you use, and it's okay, right? It kind of tapers off in quality pretty quickly. And you can see 15,000 results here. Large animal hauling vehicle with supplemental animal stability, not even close, right? We're looking for an emergency pet inflation device. So the first search tab you have here, you can go ahead and copy and paste that in there just for comparison. And you'll hit generate all searches, and it's going to give you 3 different search strategies. And originally, Patent Search Generator was designed to do just this. It was to create Boolean strings for you to use. These are kind of long and arduous, and it takes some time to understand what kind of proximity and operators are available. So we create a broad, moderate, and narrow, and we use synonyms for each of your terms. And so basic Boolean creation, we're going to have these OR operators for all of the synonyms within brackets or parentheses, and we're going to AND them together. Not really going to go over Boolean too much, but you can kind of see how that works. And then you have the country code is the US, and it's going to search for this information in the full text, right? And then so the next one, you have your title, abstract, and your claims. And you also still have the same thing here. And lastly, you have your narrow, and your narrow is going to do the same thing. So you have the same string here between broad and narrow, but it's just looking in these specific sections. And then narrow actually narrows down the terms used so that you'll get a more refined result. So if I were to click, and again, we're on the search tab. If I were to click the moderate, you'll see that all 3 of it will perform 3 different searches. So you can see that this is the search string that I entered. It's also going to enter this Boolean search as well, and you can see that there. And it's also going to generate its own string based on what you provided. And so it has 3 simultaneous search results being created, and right now it's ranking them. And so it found 19. So it filters out the results and gives the top results of each search, and then it ranks them, right? So you have about 19. Then you can see here, water activated emergency flotation device. We've got a large animal hauling vehicle with supplemental animal stability. This was number 1 for the previous for actual Google patents. And it goes down the line. So the further down you go, the less related to the string that you provided. And I provided a pretty generic one, right? And it's basically looking up the number of instances each word shows up and how close they are and those kinds of things. So you can click on a card And the highlighted area is going to tell you exactly why the result showed up where it was, right? So we have a justification here. This patent directly addresses the search query by describing a water activated emergency flotation vest for pets, which aligns with the concept of emergency pet inflation device, right? And then it highlights a sentence here: an emergency flotation harness that provides water for water activated flotation vest. And great. So let's look at some that weren't matching. And you can see the colors here. This is yellow. And a great or a very good match would be green. And yellow is somewhat. And then, of course, these red ones are further down in its matching. This patent describes a hauling vehicle with supplemental animal stability that includes inflatable. So I understand why I put this in here. It does have an inflation device for animals. Um, yeah, and it really does. So that's the search tab. You can see it's pretty easy to use. Of course, you can change the country code, and you can also change the areas that it's going to be searched in. So we can move on to each tab. There's a synonyms tab. We all know what those are. And then definitions tab. You're going to need both of these, obviously, if you're an IP. And then lastly is the concepts tab. So the concepts tab is designed to take in larger amounts of information, to break that information down into concepts, and then run searches that are much more thorough. So I'm going to use this first one, a water activated emergency flotation device, and I'm going to click extract concepts. And it's going to do the same thing or similar, where you can see that it's pulled out flotation harness, water activated inflation, pet harness, waterproof nylon. I believe nylon might be in this somewhere. Um, adjustable straps, adjustable clips, drowning prevention. Interesting. Okay. Um, and so now you get an option of, again, the three different strategies, but you also get an option in the search depth and also the strategy. So we have a telescoping strategy, an onion ring strategy, and a faceted strategy. The onion ring and telescope, or I should say the telescoping method, is only available for the quick. Once you select a second search depth, you'll be able to select the onion ring and the faceted, right? You have to manually do this because once you switch over, let's say I'm on telescope and then I move over, well, it looks like it still does. So that's okay. So the Pro Auto and the Pro Interactive are different searches, obviously, search depths. This is going to do 2 iterations. So it's going to go through and filter through multiple search strategies, and it's going to do that 2 times, right? And filter out the best results. Pro Interactive has 3 different iterations, and it also allows the user to provide input along the way, right? So let's go ahead and I'm going to use the Pro Interactive just so you can see, because obviously Pro Auto is just going to go and run through everything. So we're going to do Pro Interactive. We're going to try this onion ring. So you're going to click on the Run Pro Interactive Adaptive Search, and you can see my credits pop down there. This is credits based. And so you can see it's generating various different strings, and this one's a whole lot larger, and obviously it's not going to get any results for this. But in this method, it's going to start to strip away concepts, and so that's the way it narrows it down. This is one of the multitude of results and search terms that it's gone through, not just this one. I know it was pretty fast. So round one found 3 patents that it thought was related, right? And there's a Chinese, Canadian, and U.S. one: animal life preserver, method of injection molding. I don't like this one, right? So I'm going to uncheck it. There we go. And method device, mobile device, storage, not even close, right? And that's the good part about this search method. So we do have the CPC codes, buoyancy, injection molding, don't need that, right? And appliance animal husbandry. I don't think we need that either. So this one's narrowing down pretty quickly. Terminology swaps. So this area is going to tell you that, hey, you put in flotation harness, but we were able to find another term, life preserver. Do you want to swap those? And we have pet, and there's a more generic animal, and we have adjustment clips, and here's connectors. So I'm going to accept the pet to animal, right? And I'm going to leave flotation, life preserver. We're going to leave those in, and we're going to move on to the second round. So it's going to do the exact same thing, but it's working off of the results and off of your input. And you can see the Boolean searches that are being created and searched. We have no results, we got no results. And that's okay, because depending on the strategy that we use, it is actually the point. The point is to modify the Boolean searches until we are receiving quality results. And so going to go ahead and let this run. And this one particularly is taking a little bit longer because of how restrictive we've made it. So when you run this, you'll be able to see, okay, it is um, definitely running a little bit more restrictive. All right. So now we're seeing more results that are coming in. It's identified one patent that's related. And so it's using a feature in Google Patents, this little tilde, I believe. And it basically means that we want the results for patents that are similar to this. And it's a pretty good feature. Okay, so round 2, we have 28 patents found. Flotation device has been pretty strong. Water activated inflation, drowning prevention was really high. All right, and then these two, I'm going to leave them in since it's come back, and I'm going to allow that to continue. We've got coated fabric, adjustable loops. I'm going to leave everything and move on to round 3. And so this interactive mode gives you a little bit more control over what is being searched and how it's being searched, based on the concepts and the terms that are variable to each search. So the final result has found about 28 patents. And this is a combination between AI evaluation, um, Boolean search strategies, and your own personal input. So it's not 100% AI, which is good, because AI does not necessarily know exactly what you're looking for. It's not 100% Boolean, because that can also miss things, and it's not 100% strategic. So it does provide all three in combination. So here are the results we have. Harness assembly having a deployable inflatable life raft attached. And let's see if it has anything to do with these. So this particular search result, I'm not sure if I like. So what I'm going to do, since these are a little bit low, I'm going to go ahead and hit the Pro Auto and search this again. So we have 50 as the rating for number 1. And I'm going to see if the Pro Auto 2 can provide a higher ranked number for number 1. Cool. Looks like we have 64 patents that it's going to run through and rank. And so this ranking system actually sends the title the abstract, and I believe the first two um, claims. And so you can see that the ratings are a little bit lower, which is expected since this was purely auto. So lastly, let's look at this faceted method. And we have a little bit lower here. I want to see if I can get higher results. So we're using a totally different strategy than the onion ring. And this one found about 49 patents that it wants to rank. Great. And now it looks like we've got about 48. So the interactive one actually provided the most or the highest rating. So let's see what it has. Water survival system method. I want to see if it has anything to do with animals. We do see drowning. Great. So the last thing that I wanted to show you was the examiner's report, which I'm going to go ahead and send that. What it does is it takes your results and it uh, basically creates an examiner's report from your results that is submittable to your clients, or maybe you're working at a firm. And so this is a great product that you can export that provides additional value to the work that you have. So if you're using the tool, you're able to come in here and export this examiner's report. It's just going to go through all of the different patents that it found and ranked highest. It's also going to identify if there are any quote unquote 102 or 103 related finds. Lastly is the full report. And if you click on this, this is a more professional and thorough PDF that you can also extract. So you do need to click on the examiner's report before you can pull the full report, since the full report is based off of the examiner's report. All right. So here's the examiner's report. This is just kind of a snapshot of it. If you click on export PDF and then open it up, you'll see here it is in a great format for you to submit and provide. So each section in here, you have your invention summary, search methodology, how it was searched, and then you have your results for your search string execution and also the results for those. Just as if you were doing this manually, you're going to show your results, you're going to show your Boolean, and you're going to show obviously the different rounds that you did those in, and not bad. So again, this is Patent Search Generator. This is a great tool that helps me when I'm looking for patents or evidence, and it is a free extension here on the Chrome store. Head over there, type in Patent Search Generator, and thanks for waiting.